if someone asks you to describe 2020, how would you describe the year 2020?
2020 was way too different from all these years that we've passed, and 2020 had some difficulties in a sense that everything had to stand still at some point, but throughout we survived. We survived, and 20 year was the year whereby it changed my life, even though it was a bad year, but it changed my life for the better. I've learned a lot out of 2020. I've learned a lot out of 2020, especially from the business aspect, as well as life just in general. I think it was the changing year. It was a breakthrough. It was a blessing in a way, but in disguise. Because like at the beginning of the year, we didn't know how the year will pan out. But now we could see a better view from where we are, and we are towards the end of the year. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the next year. I'm looking forward to the next year. And yeah, there is hope. There is hope. There is too much hope. A lot of things can happen. And throughout, even though like it was a hard year for us, a lot of people have made a lot of success within this year.
Tell me about it.
It fluctuates. If others are going up, others will go down tremendously. But then it's vice versa. That's how the economy works.
Interesting. So take me through some of the things that you see as blessings for the year 2020. As you said earlier, it's a blessing in disguise. So take me through some of the things. Yes, take me through some of the things that you count as blessings.
I'm not gonna lie, you guys were also a huge blessing. You've played a huge role in my life. I remember when everything just went down, and then I got a call where we apply for funding, and so you guys were a blessing in disguise as well. And then when I got the funding that I applied for, and a lot of candidates didn't get it. So going through that process, we had to do an interview. After interview, we had to pitch, and then there were questions that we were asked in between. So that whole lot of process, whereby like they were sort of like, maybe let's say like there was hundreds of us, and then they ended up with something like 20 of us at the end. So that also is a blessing.
Interesting. When did you apply for the? Yeah, carry on.
We applied. They actually published it via their website as well as on their social platforms. And so I also took chances, and also it was like for the public. It was just for the public. There was a lot of us. I remember when we had to submit our business proposals, and also like all the documentation that they actually asked of us. There was a long queue. There was a long queue, Mr. Sam. There was a long queue. So when I saw that there's too many of us, I thought, let me just go there. Let me just try my best and see what's gonna happen. The least I could do is just to be there and to just show up. And then I did that. And then when I got a call that's saying I got through, and then now we're going to the pitching phases, I went through, and then I did well on the pitching phases. I got an email saying they're doing site visits, but because of the pandemic, they couldn't actually do the site visits. They're doing them now. And then afterwards, there was an interview. After that interview, so to see the final results, whereby like there were 20 businesses that actually were funded. it's just something to say, yeah, in a way. And I remember back then, like it was before we even started the program with you guys. So if maybe like that was a little bit earlier, maybe I could have done even way better than I'm doing right now.
I see.
Yeah. so I feel that there's been that one guiding angel who's been there with me throughout this process. Now everything else is starting to make sense now towards the end. Okay, now from now on, this is how I need to take my business onwards. And you remember last week we were talking about pricing and also rating of hours and stuff like that.
And
I never
revenue
took
streams
that
and all of that.
Yeah, I never took that into consideration. But then you've mentioned something that if your pricing if you stick to your pricing, then definitely you won't go wrong. If maybe like a client can afford, yes, they will. But if they can't, they will move on to the next
Service provider.
supplier. That's how. Yeah. It's that's how like life is. You just have to stick to you and then proceed with you. Do not try to compromise as much.
True.
Yeah,
That's the operative phrase there. Do not try to compromise as much. There are times or reasons, to consider negotiation with a client or customers. However, there is no need to compromise too much. That's the operative word there, phrase rather.